Okay, I'm here at a historical marker that we have here in Illinois. I've never been here before. Well, I've driven by it thousands upon thousands of times, and it just looks just like a farm field, actually. But I'm going to read that placard over there, and then there's also this sign here, so I'm going to read that and find out what all this is about over here and stuff, and just go about and see what's going on with this on my way to my other stuff. So this might be a kind of a neat thing to do, so I'm gonna kind of stay here at this for a minute and read it. Not to you, I'm gonna probably just put it on the screen for you guys to read it if you want to. Okay, what this sign over here first talks about is how the nation got formed and everything, with the French, Spanish, and what did it say? In the Appalachian Mountains, where the France, England, and Spain were the nations that were fighting in this area and stuff like that, which we have a lot of stuff in this area, so I knew about all that stuff and everything, because we have a fort that's down that way, called Fort de Chartres, and then we have Fort Kaskasky over here, which that talks about on this sign too and everything, okay? So it's a really good read. I suggest you read it and everything. And over here on this 9 Mile Creek sign, this is about water quality. And they're talking about the watershed that they have here and the sinkholes that can happen and stuff like that, all in this area. So this is a good read also about how this area is forming and being eroded and stuff like that too. Alright, I'm at Johnson Shut-ins. There's a trail that's going down here, and there's a lot that's been done since the last time I've been down here. I don't remember the year, but a long while ago, maybe about a decade, maybe a little bit later, maybe something like that, I'm not positive, the Tomsauk Reservoir broke and took all of this out. And then they redid it and everything and stuff like that. And water levels at red, something to be aware of. So, you know, take caution, be careful. We did have a bit of rain in this area, so it's a very busy place. Haven't been down here in almost probably 20 years, maybe. So they've done a lot of improvements to them, because this used to be a dirt path that you went along and stuff. Parking lot didn't used to be there. That's kind of interesting. I really wonder what that's all about. Let's go find out. Okay, the trail goes that way for this area that I thought was interesting. Apparently it is the Horseshoe Glade Trail. There's a Horseshoe Glade overlook over there. We're not going to that today. We're going to the Shut-ins because, like I said, I haven't been there in a long time. But just another reason to come back. Or I may take it on the way back, you know, when I come back through this area. So anyways, let's continue on. Okay, there's signs around here everywhere that is letting you know that this can be a dangerous area and stuff. Like, for example, this one right here. And if you notice on the bottom of that sign, it has Ameren. And going with, you know, when they release a lot of water out of the reservoir that's on top of the mountain, or something messes up, that's what that sign's for. So this is the East Wild Fork area that we are entering right now. This portion of the Johnson Shut-ins has been designated as a wild area to help preserve. I love that there's stuff like this all around here and everything. So I really enjoy that. But there is a concrete path here too, so you take it as it is, I guess. I do like that they made a concrete path, made it advisable for everyone to get down here like that and everything. People in wheelchairs and disabled people can easily walk on this path too, so they can see the beauty that is down here. The first glimpse of the river that you get and everything, and it's a very beautiful river. I can't remember what river it is right now off the top of my head, but it is a beautiful river nonetheless. And the shut-ins are farther down here. This is a really nice swimming hole when they let you down in it and stuff. So, but let's continue on. All of this boardwalk stuff is new to me because I am usually on the river and stuff like that. When we were doing this, we would always climb on the rocks and everything all the time going down this way. But again, I haven't been down here in like 20 years. I go to the Castle usually just because it's less crowded, and this was devastated for so long. I mean, you can see where the new growth is and everything. All through there, all the lighter color stuff, and I'm going to turn the camera around and look towards the top of the hill and everything here, mountain, whatever you want to call it, and you'll see where you see all that darker section up there and everything. That's older growth that was here that didn't get affected by the flood. I mean, that was a wall of water that came down this thing, and I wish I had footage of it and everything. I don't know if I can find any. If I can find any, good footage of what happened, I'll show it and everything. But all of this was destroyed and all of this. I'm so glad that it's all coming back and they've made this path and everything so nature don't get disrupted too much. If people stay on the path and everything like that, nature will take its course and go back to the way that it was. This is going to take a long time, and it's still very beautiful now, but I mean, you can see the difference in some of the trees. Like, for example, that tree compared to that tree down there that you probably can't see too well, but yeah. That's kind of why they don't want the people down there right now, because of how that is flowing, and a lot of people unfortunately would try to go in that, and that's very dangerous to go in that kind of stuff. Now I would love to be right on the side of that, like down there or something, getting some really nice photos of it for you guys, but again, I'm going to stay on the path and, you know, enjoy it and stuff. Looks like I got some stairs over here ahead of me to go because they're going up, but this is very beautiful. I should have brought, well, I have my drone with me, but I didn't bring a SD card, so really can't fly my drone down through here and get a good shot of that for you guys either. So this is about the best I can do right now, but I probably will be coming back definitely sometime. I don't know when, because again, it took me 20 years to come back to here again. But yeah, this is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love this. I'm glad that I came today. Again, it's someplace I haven't been in like 20 years, maybe more. So, all right, let's continue on. Okay, I'm at the end of the path. There's no more I can go on this walk plank and everything, and the signs that they have around here are a little confusing. Okay, because they got a restricted area sign down there, and it says on the sign that if you're caught going past that and everything, it's a $500 fine and yada yada yada. Pretty much they don't want people jumping off of this and stuff like that, which I can completely understand, because if they did, they could miss stuff and everything and not be good. And yeah, it's kind of, you know, the way that it is and stuff like that, and that's perfectly fine. But now there's this path that goes this way, however. Restricted sign right there, but nothing this way, and it's open. Kind of interesting. So, but it does go up a lot, and I'm kind of just trying to look at it, see what it does and everything. So we might go up it a little bit to see if I can see anything nicer. Maybe it may have some type of path down to the bottom over by the river. I'm not sure, but do I really need to be by the river either? Not really. It is beautiful. It does look nice. I do need to bring my drone through here and fly it. Definitely up the shut-ins right here and stuff. So yeah, it's very nice. This is the end of the path for the walking section. Everything I'm going to see over this way a little bit, see what it does. Other thing, probably not going to go too much higher, but I noticed that there are some blue placards on the trees over here. So this is a trail of some type, definitely, that you are allowed on. I don't know which trail it is. It could be even part of the Ozark Trail, I don't know. Don't lean on the trees, kind of not stable. So anyways, I think I'm going to head back shortly. But this does certainly look like an interesting trail. So, alright, following this trail more and more and more. And I've gone up the hard part right now. Now it's on a downward descent. So, might follow, keep on saying I might follow a little bit more than turn back, but who knows how far I'm really going to follow it. So, just keep along with me, I guess. Okay, this is where something isn't quite right. You see there's a blue marker there, blue marker there, blue marker there, and they've been on a lot of trees coming down. I mean, you can even see them right there and coming up through that stuff and everything, okay? But there's no more past that one there. And there's another trail that goes straight, like I showed you where the marker is, but then a trail that goes down this way too. So this is where it gets fun. Using the markers can get you in trouble sometimes because they just stop. I do have my phone with me, but I probably can't get all trails down here because I'm in the Ozarks. Cell phone reception's not that greatest. So I guess we just wing it from here. Find another blue marker. Right there. Blue marker. Also, there's been a bird circling above my head. Either he knows something I don't, or he's in for a surprise that he's not going to get. That path I started on top of the hill, up there, finally came down to the river. There's a blue spot right there. It still goes this way a little bit more, probably to these rapids down here. So I'm going to head that way. But yeah, here's the river that the Johnson shut-ins are on. I'm going to have to Google it or look at this literature up front to remember what river this is. I can't remember it all, and I don't want to tell you wrong, so. When you're doing stuff like this, be very careful for snakes and stuff like that, because we do have some venomous snakes around here. Well, let's try this one. Okay, this trail just keeps on going and going and going. I thought a couple times it was the end of the trail because it took me right to the edge of the water for the most part, but then it kicked back up into the tree line again like I am now. And the river's right there. You can see it and hear it, but the path really don't go towards it. So let's see what time it is real quick. Let's see. It is 1:20. So I guess I'll keep on going on this and everything for a bit more. maybe till probably 1:40 if I don't find the end by then, and then turn around and go back. For the simple reason, I'm enjoying the trail. And I know there's a lot harder section ahead of me. This seems to be flat and level, and I can make up some ground here. But when I get up to climb back on top of the hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it, I think I'm gonna be slowing down quite a bit, because when I was coming down, I was realizing that I'm out of shape. Now that could be from a couple of reasons. Like, it could be because I'm just getting back out into hiking after winter and stuff like that, because I hate winter. I really dislike winter. I can't say hate. I dislike winter as far as going out in it in the cold and stuff like that, because it's cold. And I don't like cold weather. So I don't go out hiking, and I stay hibernating inside for the most part at a nice 72 degrees. And yeah, I let myself go a bit and stuff like that, and I eat a lot of food. And I still eat a lot of food right now, but cutting back on that a bit right now, and going out for these hikes, as you've seen in these last videos that I've been sending out, to try to get more energy and stuff like that going. But these last, well, not these last couple weeks, just this last week, since not last Friday, but the Friday before last, has been, well, how am I going to figure out how to do this stuff, as far as, you know, financial wise. So anyways, I do have a vacation coming up. I don't know if I'm going on it or not, because of the fact that, again, financial. So, but it is what it is. I'm always looking at the positive side, and the stuff that's going on why I can't go on the trip right now is all vehicle related. My alternator in the CRV went out after I put on some brand new tires to get it ready to go on a trip. And then the tires on the TSX, which I'm currently driving today, are getting to where they need to be replaced very shortly too. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be probably facing another $1,000–1,500, maybe even $2,000 in automotive bills and stuff like that. Which, it is what it is. I mean, that's what you have for getting a car and stuff, plus all the other monthly bills that I have and everything. So anyways, I'm out here enjoying the weather. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm sweating my ass off, which I probably need to take this off and everything. So, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. I think I'm the only one out here on this trail, for the simple reason I haven't seen nobody in a while, and the people that I did see were heading back, and they actually came from a different way because they took the wrong part of the trail. So we'll keep on heading down some more and see what's going on. Hey guys, I did figure out that I'm pretty darn close to the Ozark Trail, because I actually turned into a campsite that was there, and I actually found some OT emblems and everything. But I love how they have the Ozark Trail going across the river here. By the way, absolutely gorgeous here. I'm going to show you this way first, then we're going to go down over here to where they have the Ozark Trail crossing. So let's look at this way real quick. Absolutely beautiful. And if you see that line That's for the Ozark Trail. So we're gonna go check that out a little bit just for the fun of it, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna walk down there right now, so. Oh. Ow. Yeah, they just have a rope that you hold on to go across for the Ozark Trail. And look how strong that current is. And this is why they don't want people in the water. You see how strong that current's moving that rope? Yeah, so take heed when there's signs like that and everything, because it is a very strong current and stuff. So when you do stuff like this, be very careful. Absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is in Missouri, about 2 hours away from St. Louis. Just saying. Hey, judging by the fact the river is going that way now, and I found the Ozark Trail right here, this is something to do with the Ozark Trail too, especially since I'm sitting at this camp right here. This is a nice camp for a couple people to spend the night on the Ozark Trail. So I'm almost going with that's something for the Ozark Trail. Matter of fact, there's a sign way down there that I can barely see that's orange. I might go take a look at that sign, but other than that, I'm gonna head back now. And so, this hike is fun, but tiring, but it's what I needed. So I'm glad that I took the hike. I'm gonna head back, like I said, and get back to the vehicle and go from there. I thought I was gonna go to some other places, but we'll have to see when I get back, depending on what time it is. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go check out the sign first. It's right there, and then head back. So I found out the information on what the sign said, and this what it says. So this is the Tom Sauk Upper Reservoir flash flood area, stuff like that. When you hear the siren, run like heck, real quick. But most importantly, okay, I found what the blue markers mean, and that is the shut-ins trail. Okay, it still goes that way and stuff like that. I don't know how far it goes down that way, but like I said, I'm gonna head back anyways right now, because it doesn't give me, if it told me how far it was, if it was like maybe another half mile, I'd go ahead and do it, but I don't know how far it is, so I'm gonna just go ahead and head back and stuff. Right. I actually did have self-service here, and I found out the information that I needed to know. The shut-in trail is a loop trail, so we will be taking the whole thing, because I'm almost at the turnaround spot that you would go back to go up anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the whole route now. So anyways, couple things. One, this little creek along the side here and everything, I bet that's absolutely gorgeous when it's whipping with water coming through here, but I also bet it's absolutely probably pretty dangerous to get back here too. And two, Ozark Trail, but they put it on one of the probably best trees that they could put it on for through hikers, which an Ozark Trail is a through hike. It's not just a day hike and you do this and la-di-da-di-da. It's like 100 something miles. But anyways, this is a birch tree. This bark is very flammable, and it can be used for kindling and stuff to start fires. So I thought it was very insightful of them to put it on a tree that they can use at the camp that's right down the road. Kind of cool, in my opinion. All right, anyways, onward and upward. because it starts climbing again. I am so glad that I did not turn around and looked at my phone, because I would have never saw this. Heck yeah, freaking awesome. I love this creek. This creek is awesome. That is so cool. I love stuff like that. I don't know if it has a name or anything, but yeah, I'm so happy that I came this way. One happy hiker. Definitely one happy hiker. One happy hiker. Look at this. I don't care what time of year it is, when you have a beautiful waterfall like this, that's gorgeous and nice and tame, and you gotta do a waterfall dunk. All right, I'm at one of the tallest points on the way back according to the All Trails map, and I can see the river from down here, from up here, right at the bend and everything. And yeah, just wow, absolutely gorgeous. America is very beautiful. America is really beautiful. I'm glad there's stuff like this so close to me. And yes, I love going out west and out east and up north and down south too. But this is home. This is home. Just saying. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera really well, but I can just hear rapids all around me, all down there and everything. And it's a nice sound. It really is. I'm not quite sure why this growth is exactly like this here, because there is taller growth over there. But this may have been part of where the reservoir broke and stuff. So it was a massive event, it really was. It did a lot of damage. And then back to the main trail again, the one that goes by the shut-ins that way, the paved one that I took the first time. And there's really nothing that says what this is here. So I would have had no clue at all unless I would have known about it from the get-go. So I'm glad I took it. It's a very rocky path after that, and it's a rocky path. It's just rocky, flat out rocky. There are some smoother sections, but mostly rocky, like I said. And man, I'm sounding like Trump. It's gonna be rocky, yes, very rocky, and it could be rocky. Just, I'm repeating myself way too much. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, nice little good hike. I should have started all trails earlier though, because I was looking at the information on that. By the way, that's another trail too. I was looking at information on that and everything, and it was really neat for the simple reason it gives me the elevation that I did and all that, and how long it, my miles are and how many steps and all that good information like that. So I should have started that earlier. Of course, then again, I should have been probably wearing my Fitbit too, but I want to get a different Fitbit for different reasons, for personal reasons, because the one is kind of attached to a memory, and I don't want to have that memory anymore. Okay, got done with the hike, got done with the store, grabbed me a Monster and a Geode. Thinking this is going to be for someone coming up for something. Not positive, but I might just keep it for myself. Never know. But got a Monster also. Alright. I'm going to head on back to the house now and get on out of here.